Good morning everyone, I'm Arta Dendranti and for the next 7 minutes, I'm going to accompany you with today's news. Today headline news is about the national examination get cancelled this year, and in the end of the session, we are also going to have an interactive dialogue with a special guest today, a high school student Rika Rohana, and ask her an opinion about the cancellation of the national examination. Let me continue the news with a new topic about the change of national examination this year. The national examination will be passed out in 2021 and will be replaced with the minimum competencies of students. This is not a surprising news, as there have been many discourse regarding this cancellation of national examination before. But there's also pro and contra about this, and here is a report by our reporter Gladys for the news.
Hello everyone, my name is Gladys and I'm here to inform all of you about Indonesian national exam this year. The government has decided to cancel the national examination this year. The national exam elimination policy covers schools and madrasah at the primary, middle school, elementary school, and high school levels. The elimination of the national exams is part of the COVID-19 outbreak response system, which is for the safety and health of all Indonesians. The President Joko Widodo stated that the cancellation of the national examination was a very good momentum. The reason is, according to him, this can be used to reformulate education standards in Indonesia. That way, according to Jokowi, the government can see whether education standards in Indonesia must use the national exam or in another way, such as following international standards, such as the program for international student assessment. The national examination will be phased out in 2021 and will be replaced with a minimum competency assessment and character survey. The assessment is not carried out based on subjects or mastery of curriculum materials as has been applied in national exams, but rather mapping the two minimum competencies of students, namely in terms of literacy and numeracy. Meanwhile, related to character surveys, this is done to final national data on the application of Pancasila principles by Indonesian students. Because so far nationally, the education data that is owned is in the form of cognitive data. The character surveys will be used as a benchmark to be able to provide feedback to schools in order to create a school environment that makes students happier and stronger in understanding and applying Pancasila principles. Changes to the national exam policy, which will be replaced by an assessment, are carried out based on the results of surveys and discussion with various stakeholders in the education sector, including teachers, students, and parents. According to the Minister of Education and Culture, so far, the national exam material is too dense, so that the focus of students tends to memorize the material and not on learning competences. This creates a stressful burden on students, teachers, and parents because the national exam is actually an indicator of students' learning success as individuals.
Thank you. Gladys report about the change of national examination. Coming up next, an interactive dialogue with our special guest Rika Rohana. News Today will be returned after the break. Welcome back to News Today. The change of national examination is making many people worry about it. As is known, this news has been heard in recent years. Of course, there were so many reactions from the public. So we will have a dialogue with Rika Rohana as students in high school and see how she respond about it. From here, I leave it to our reporter Kesha Zahara.
Good morning, Rika. As a 12th grade student who will take various exams next week, what is your opinion on the minimum assessment competitions, which will replace the national exams starting from next year?
Personally, I am still quite confused on what minimum assessment competition is since I've had a similar experience back when I was in junior high school. They used high-order thinking skill for the national exam question. I feel like my class is being used as an experimental material. They keep adding things without applying it first to see if it will really work or not. So I hope that case will not happen again.
Alright, and how do you think this minimum assessment competition will affect our educational system? Since this is very general, it's not just about, let's say, maths or science or social science, but it actually discusses real everyday problems that we go through.
Well, I think that's one of the positive aspects of minimum assessment competition. You can really measure intelligence based on only academic subject. You should also challenge the student to think about daily problems. It would be very useful, especially to those who are not academically talented.
I get what you mean. It truly is important for students to not only focus on academic subjects but also on real life problems that we all go through.
That's right. By learning about real life problems, students could possibly find a way to resolve them. For example, if the minimum assessment competition topic is about how we could take care of waste that is affecting the environment, it will make the student think of a resolution to manage waste and could possibly be helpful not only for the students themselves, but also everyone around them.
That's all for today. We'll see you again tomorrow and goodbye.